I think the concept of normal is really, really interesting, because I think what it is about who's in, who's out. But the idea that motherhood is normal, I think, is something that the 20 to 25% of women are, we challenge that. But to find your way as an individual through this process, to realise that normal is a mental construct, that it's not a kind of observable, objective reality. In the UK and globally, childless women do not exist in novels, in films, as themselves, i.e. as women. They represent something. They nearly always represent bad women. If you look at fairy tales, if you look at Snow White, if you look at Disney films, if you look at Cruella de Vil in 101 Dalmatians, bad women, evil women, psychotic women, they're always childless. So we represent the deviant woman. We don't represent us. I think there is, obviously there is discomfort around powerful women in general in our societies, certainly in Anglo-Saxon societies. If that woman is also childless, there is a suspicion around her that she is perhaps cold, perhaps selfish, ruthless, that there's something about her that is not fully woman. It was an extraordinary moment because we had two unelected members of the Conservative Party who were going forward for the leadership job, which, because they're in power, would mean Prime Minister. Theresa May, someone who'd had a lot of experience as being Home Secretary. Andrea Leadsom, much less experience at a ministerial level. She felt that as she was a parent, she had a tangible stake in the future, and that somehow this qualified her to make decisions in a different way. Julia Gillard, who was the Prime Minister of Australia, received the most blistering comments from Tony Abbott, who was then leader of the opposition, who called her deliberately barren, and really said she couldn't be in charge of making policies that affected families because she wasn't a parent. I notice when I read interviews with female CEOs, of top organisations, there's often a sense, she does this, she's amazing, and she's got 4 kids. It never mentions whether a man CEO has children. It's about what he does for the company. It's about decisions he's made. It's not about whether he has children or not. So there is still a real double standard there. The overvaluing of motherhood as an institution, not of individual mothers, you understand, because I'm not anti-mothers. I think it is so high at the moment to almost counteract the fear around, well, what happens if more women choose not to have children? So it's back to the shaming and the stereotypes again. So I think childless women are now currently there, mothers are there as stereotypes. I think really what we need to do is we need to bring them to the middle. They only use the negative side of these stereotypes to shame us. Why is society so scared of us that it needs to make us so small and feel so ashamed? It's becoming very difficult to shame this many women into silence because we're finding each other. And we're finding actually that the other women aren't these weeping weirdos, which is what childless women often think other childless women are going to be like that. But actually, we're a really diverse bunch of interesting women. It's interesting how this issue divides us. And I think that's a very powerful political thing to do, to divide women. I think it stops us using our new power, our new equality.